Yeah, so I mean, it's 9.
All right. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I know people will probably still be joining us, but we're going to go ahead and get started. So welcome. This is, I know that you know who we are. We're Troy University. We're Alabama's international university. We want to introduce you to the speakers for today. So welcome to everybody. Let's see, I'm Claire Humphreys. I'm actually an international recruiter, and some of you have received emails from me. It probably has come from Nancy Claire Humphreys, but I go by Claire. I cover the territories of Asia minus China and India, and then Africa, all of Africa, Oceania, so Australia, New Zealand, all the islands around there, and then Sweden. And then Leo?
Hi, everyone. My name is Leandro Suro. I usually go by Leo. I'm also an international recruiter, just like Claire, just like Anandita. And my regions are the Americas, that is North America, Central America, and South America, and also most of Europe.
Anandita?
Hey everyone, this is Anandita, and I am located in India. I'm the international recruiter for Troy, looking after India as a whole. So if you've received any emails from me, all the Indian students out there, this is me. So let's get the webinar started, everyone.
So yes, we're so glad that you're here with us today. And if you have any questions, please pop them in the chat box. We'll have time for question and answers, but if we see any of them that are relevant to the slide that we're on, we'll try to answer them while we're talking about those slides. But today we're going to cover some information about where is Troy, so you have a little bit more information about where we're located, who we are. We're going to talk about what we have to offer, what kind of programs we have to offer, also what our campus has to offer, because you're going to be coming to live at Troy or taking online classes, so we want you to know what we have to offer as a school to you as a student. We're going to talk about the application process, the admission requirements, and go through step by step every application slide, so you know how to fill out the application. We're going to go over costs and fees and scholarship opportunities. So stay with us.
Students, I'm going to talk to you about the location of Troy University. So Troy is located in the southern part of the United States, more specifically southeastern part. Troy is a very small community, only 20,000 people. We're also actually located in a very cool place, very well connected. So we're very close to Florida and Atlanta. Atlanta is one of those big cities with the international airport and everything. And Florida is, the place with all the beautiful beaches. So you're very close to all the pretty beaches, just a couple of hours drive away from your campus, specifically 200 kilometers away from the Troy campus. Also to talk more about Troy, so we're only located, I think 30 to 45 minutes away from Montgomery, which is one of the largest cities in Alabama. It's also the capital of Alabama, so you really get the best of both worlds. You get a countryside campus with a small community, very homely community, friendly people, and then you get the big city, which is just a drive 30 minutes to 45 minutes away from your campus. Location-wise, we're pretty cool. Weather-wise, it's an amazing place to be at. It's not really too cold or it's not too hot. If you're a student that's coming in from, let's say, South Asia, like I'm from India, if I'm supposed to go to Troy, wouldn't be a big problem for me because the climate's pretty tropical. It's as we're very close to the sea. Doesn't get too hot, but it also doesn't snow that much. It isn't like your Boston, Massachusetts, not covered in snow at all. So definitely an amazing place to be at.
All right. Okay, so here's some facts about Troy. Troy originally was founded in 1887. It was a teaching school, but today we offer over 200 programs that are recognized internationally. We have 3 campuses for international students. We have Troy's main campus, which we usually recommend students to apply to Troy's main campus because it's the campus that offers the greater amount of programs. But we also have the Montgomery campus and the Dalton campus. The programs in this campus are limited, but there are some programs that still international students qualify for. We are accredited by the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools Commissions on Colleges. And we are, as Claire said before, when we started the presentation, we are considered Alabama's international university. We have students from over 80 countries, and our student population, or international student population, is 10%. And we have been recognized by the Princeton's Review as one of the best regional colleges in the southeast region of the United States.
So we kind of want to show you some of our campus, because if you've never been to Troy, you don't really know what it looks like. And so we want to show you what our campus looks like. So we're going to show you about 6 pictures and tell you a little bit about our campus.
All right, so I'm going to talk about this image right here. This is the heart of the campus. It's amazing. It's beautiful. As you can see, it's surrounded by greenery, and the building right in front of you is actually the Surreal College of Business. And as you can see in the pictures, students walking by. Well, it's actually a hot favorite place for students to really hang out in a sunny day, to probably just throw a frisbee around, or take pictures, or just sit over there and hang out. The fountain is beautiful. So yeah, when you enter Troy, this is one of the most spectacular things that you would just run into first, and then slowly there are so many other attractions. So what's next? What's the next image that we're looking at?
Okay, so this is the Trojan Arena. This is where the basketball games take place. With your student ID, you are able to enter the basketball games for free. Usually they have some kind of like giveaways, maybe they have like a shirts giveaway, or maybe they have like cheeseburgers or something for the first couple hundred students who go to the game. And also in this building, we have the commencement. So this is where graduation takes place. So if you don't like basketball, that's okay. At least once you're gonna be in this place.
This is our football arena, and so this is something that's really popular in the south part of the United States. It's actually popular in all of the United States, but especially in the southern part of the United States. Football is something that happens every Saturday and Sunday, but college football especially happens every Saturday. And we're quite proud of our college football team. They compete all across the United States, and on Saturdays, now with COVID, they're not as full as this arena is because of COVID laws, but it gets pretty full. And so again, like Leo said, with your student ID, you can get into any game on campus for free as a student. And so I say that the student ID is kind of like a golden ticket. You can get into pretty much anywhere on campus for free. And so we encourage you to go to these games and cheer on your fellow students who are playing, the athletes that are playing, the cheerleaders who are also going to be in your classes with you, and kind of have that companionship with the rest of your students and cheer on Troy. And so you can see the name in the field says Trojans. That's our mascot. We're the Troy Trojans. And so it's a really fun day. We have tailgating beforehand, where it's kind of like a campus-wide party. You can see your teachers, you can see other students, you can see alumni. And we have tents all across the campus. The main quad that Anandita showed you in front of the College of Business is filled. Normally there's a marching band there that kind of peps you up before the game, and it's a really fun day when we have home games, because it's a way to encourage everybody before we go to the football game. Anandita, would you like to tell them about the dining hall?
I'm sorry, the slide's a little bit slow for me.
Okay.
So guys, this is actually one of my favorite places. Whenever I'm at Troy, I love the dining hall. As you can see, all the flags, all the beautiful flags that are displayed in the dining hall really shows how this place is a melting pot of cultures and diversity, and people coming in from so many different places, sitting together and having lunch and dinner. So imagine the kind of conversations that go on. It is also an amazing place for trying out new cuisines, because a lot is available at the dining hall, starting from your pizzas to salads to Chinese food to traditional American food. You are spoiled with options, so there are definitely a lot of options available. So definitely an amazing place to have your regular lunch at.
Nice. Okay, so this is the new rec center. I say new, it's about like a year old, no more than that. It's like state of the art. You have a fitness center. You have basketball courts. You have small soccer courts. There's a track field on the top. You can see all that red area is all like a track field. It's all padded, so it's perfect for running. There's a pool. There is a private like locker rooms and whatchamacallit, and the private showers. You don't have to shower with a bunch of people. So, and with your student ID, again, you can get in for free. It's only for students. There's no faculty. There's no staff. You won't see us there. You won't see your professors there. It's just for you.
And this is honestly one of my favorite places as well. This is the amphitheater that is behind one of our newest dormitories. So behind it, this building is called Rushing Hall. This is probably the newest building other than the rec center on campus. These are one-person dormitories and two-person full-bedroom dormitories on campus. They actually fill up pretty fast because they are so nice. They have high-speed internet there. They have flat-screen TVs, full-size beds, really nice showers. So I mean, if I'm an alumni of Troy, and they were not there when I was a student, but if I was a student here going to school again, I would love to live in that dormitory. But then where you see the columns, that's an outdoor amphitheater. And just to the right of it, where you can't see the picture anymore, we actually have about 300 terracotta soldiers statues that came over from China. They're on loan from a Chinese museum, and we have a partnership with China, and so we have a lot of artwork that is on loan from a curated museum in China. We have a international art center that's also curated from a museum curator here, and so we have a section of it that is artwork from China. We have a section of it that is artwork from Alabama, and then we also have a section of it that is artwork from student artists that are going to school here at Troy. And so it's a really relaxing area. There's a outdoor nature center that's around it, so you can go out there and walk. If you're having a hard day at work, I know Leo and I and one of our other coworkers, after work, sometimes we go out there and walk, and it's really relaxing because it's out in nature. And with the amphitheater, they have step shows, they have plays, they have outdoor musicians, not outdoor musicians, they have musicians that go out there and play outdoors. And so it's a really nice and relaxing area. And there's water that has turtles out there. So it's a really nice area. And it's right there on our campus. You don't have to drive to it. You can just walk right outside from your classes and go to it. So it's a really nice area.
All right, moving on. Okay, the programs, I'm sure, since you started an application, you know what you're studying, if you're doing undergraduate, graduate, maybe if you need help with your English. But these are the programs that we offer. We have ESL program, which is English as a second language. This could be a short-term program, which is, short-term for us is less than a month, because that's something you can do with a visitor's visa. You don't need a student visa for a short program. If you're gonna do more than 1 month, you will need a student visa. Then we have undergraduate programs and graduate programs. For undergraduate, we have associate programs, and which is a 2-year degree, or bachelor's programs, which is a 4-year degree. And then for graduate, we have master's programs. And we have right now 2 doctorate programs. One is global leadership, and one is a PhD in sport management. The sport management, you can do it either online or on campus, and the global leadership right now is exclusively online. So as I said before, I'm sure you know what you're going to study. If you don't have your English proficiency scores, we're going to talk about this later. We accept Duolingo, TOEFL, IELTS, many scores, many tests we accept. But if you decide to come to campus and you want to improve your English, you can go through the ESL program first before you start your undergraduate and graduate program. That's up to you. Yeah.
Okay, so we know that when you're coming to the United States, it is not just about studying. I mean, obviously you're going to immerse yourself into the culture, you're going to live on campus. Even if you're living off campus, you're going to meet friends, and you're going to want to have a life outside of just academics. And so we want you to know about our campus life. We have tons of social clubs. over 200. And if you don't know about a social club or don't know, or if we don't have a social club that you want to join, you can actually create your own social club. It's very easy. We have social clubs that, like from badminton, we have religious ones, we have political ones, we have art ones, we have, I mean, anything that you could think of, dance, singing, drawing. We even have one that somebody started on campus where they felt like students were having bad days and they just wanted to leave sticky notes in restrooms or on the stairwells or write notes on the ground in chalk, and to encourage students when they were having a bad day. So they created a club for that. And so there you can create a club for anything as long as you have a student advisor, as a campus advisor for your student club. You can do that because we encourage you to be able to express the things that you want to do and you're passionate about here. And so there's a international student cultural organization. So we encourage students to bring their culture from home to Troy and share that with other students, because we, again, are Alabama's international university, and so we want students to have a cross-cultural experience. So bring your culture from home and share that with students here, and ask them to share their culture with you as well. And we also, like I said before, we have athletics, we have football, we have basketball. There's lots of things to do on campus, whether you go to a game or if you want to have games that you participate in. We have intramural sports, so you can join soccer, basketball, any type of sport, and just have pickup games or fun games to do with other classmates. And they actually are pretty fun to go to watch or to play in. And so there's a lot of things to do on campus. And even if you're not into sports, there's things to do. Like I said, there's an international art center. We have plays, we have theater, we have dance, both indoor and outdoor. We have speakers that come to campus all the time. We encourage students to continue education outside of the classroom. And so we have speakers who come in from all over the world to invest into our students. We also have $2 movie night, because we know that movies here in the United States can be really expensive, and students don't always have the money to pay $10, $12, $15 a movie. And so we try to make it really cheap for students to go to the movie theater, and we have a bus that can take you there, and all you have to do is pay $2 for that. And again, we have that International Art Center that has art exhibitions. And this is just a snapshot of what we have to offer. There's so much more that happens on campus all the time. And even with COVID, we have so much that happens, and we try, they're very good about keeping with social distancing and things like that, because we want students to still enjoy their campus life despite everything that's happening. So a lot of students clubs that are meeting virtually because they want students to be encouraged despite everything that's happening around the world and pandemic and everything, because they know that you're a student, you want to get out, you want to meet people, but you can't stop that just because of a pandemic.
All right, next slide, guys. So Troy is an 820-acre campus, which is massive, right? It's absolutely huge. So the question is, how do you really go around? We have got you covered. We have shuttles that run within the campus to take you around, not just within the campus, but outside as well. So our transportation or our shuttles, they run towards off-campus housing, to the downtown area. So downtown is where all your good cafes and restaurants are, so you can probably just go around with your friends, hang out over there during weekends. We also have shuttles that take you to the Walmart to get your weekly or monthly grocery shopping done. So there are 5 shuttle routes that run Monday to Friday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. We do also have a night shuttle that runs Mondays to Thursdays, 4 p.m. to 9:30 p.m., which can also be reached if you give us a call and let us know, not us, the shuttle services, of course. And if you are a student who's arriving from the Montgomery Airport, or if you want to go to the Montgomery Airport, we do have call request or on request shuttle services that can take you to and for the airport at a set cost, at a very low cost. Also, we do arrange shuttle services for our students if you want to go grocery shopping at Walmart Sundays 4 p.m. So we've got you covered if you need to move around, you don't have your own transport, you don't have a bicycle, you definitely have Troy shuttle services to take you around the entire campus.
Right on. Okay, so when it comes to on-campus housing, we have many options. Some of the ones that you see here on the screen, you know, Claire talked about. We have Rushing Hall, which is the newest dormitory and is the most expensive one. So, you know, it goes from there down. So if you can afford 3,300 for the semester, that's great. If you can't, don't worry about it. We have like cheaper options. For example, you know, Clemens Hall that you see there, the single dorm is like $1,000 more affordable than Rushing Hall, for example, right? Rushing Hall can be has like either one person or two-person bedrooms. Clemens Hall, the same thing. And then we have some dorms. For example, there's Trojan Village. You can have up to a 4-person suite, so you can live with like 4 roommates. You know, again, that makes it more affordable. Pace Hall, that is, we added that one there because it's the most popular among international students. It's the only dormitory with kitchens. So if you like to cook your own food, or again, if you come from a country that, you know that here it'll be hard to find the food that you like, you can cook your own food. Again, it's a single or double bedrooms, so you can room with someone from your own country or someone from another country. That is up to you. We have the full list of all the dorms on our website. We have all the prices, and you can do like some sort of like virtual tour of each room, so you can see the outside, you can see the inside, you can see what the room looks like. Some of the pictures that you see here on the screen are from that part of our website. So you're more than welcome to go to Google Troy Housing, and you'll be able to find all this information and more.
Okay, so we get a lot of questions, and we get this is probably one of the most popular questions that we get asked is, can students work when they come to Troy? And the answer is yes, but there's a limitation to how much you can work. When you come to Troy, you are coming on a student visa. And so the student visa, it's coming as a student visa, not a worker visa. And so you can study, that's your main job, is to study. And then so anything after that, you can not work more than you study. That's per the U.S. Department of State law. And so you can have an on-campus job for part-time work. So you have to study full-time, and then you can only work part-time hours because you can't work more than you study. And so when you come to campus, you can come to the Student Services Department. We can help you get a Social Security number. You can't work without a Social Security number because then you would be illegally working, and then that would break your visa requirements, and you would probably get sent home, and we don't want that. So so you can come here, you get a minimum wage job, and that's on-campus job. Normally it's about $7.25, $7.30 US dollars per hour, and you can work about 15 hours a week, depending on how many hours you're going to school, but normally it's about 12 to 15 hours a week. And so you can't work off campus. That's not allowed. If you work off campus and we find out, or the Department of State finds out, again, you'll be sent home, and we don't want that to happen. So that's what we're telling you now. And so there's workshop positions on campus. Like, for example, when I was a student, I worked as a tutor in the English department. There's math and science tutors. There's administration positions where you can be a secretary for somebody. There's landscaping jobs where you can go around watering plants. I see a lot of students do that, and oddly, like, students love that because it's really easy. You just go around with a watering can and you water plants. There's dining hall jobs where you work in the kitchen. There's jobs where you paint stuff with the physical plant. You go around painting benches and things like that. So just depending on what's available, we have a job website, and when you get here and you get your Social Security number, you can go on that website and see what's available. But the answer is yes, you can have a job, but you can't work more than you study. So there you go. So yeah. Have we sold you? Are you ready to apply? Are you ready to go through the application process? Because I'm ready to take you. I'm the one to help you through this process.
So.
All right, I'll just explain this part a little bit. So just putting 5 steps together as to what your application or your admission will really look like when you plan to apply to Troy University. Step 1, make an application. And Claire is going to take you through that. She's going to explain to you all the nitty-gritties of how the application works, how you need to submit that. So she's going to take care of that. But first, you need to make an application. You need to go to our website. And then the exact link is enroll.troy.edu. Click in there, and you need to make an international application. She's going to tell you the rest. Step 2 would be to submit your documents. So we have a list of documents which we will be explaining to you in the upcoming slides. We need all those documents from you in PDF copies. You can send them to your respective recruiters. So we're the only 3 recruiters that you can actually send them to. And country-wise, just connect with your recruiter and send them your documents. Once we receive your document, there's this whole internal process that happens, and that takes some time. And upon your decision, once we receive your decision, you will be sent an email. Post that, if you are admitted and if you want to continue with Troy University, what you need to do is pay a shipping fee, which costs $50. We will be sending you a link in which you need to make that payment. It's going to come via Flywire. Once you make the payment of the shipping fee, we will be shipping out the hard copy of the I-20 to you, and also will be mailing out a soft copy of the I-20 just for your reference. On the I-20, you'll have the SEVIS number, which is important for you to really pay your I-901 fee and schedule your visa interview. So once you've scheduled your visa interview and you're all set and you're ready, the last step, the step that everyone forgets about, is to book your housing. Apply for your housing, do that. There are so many students, they just appear on campus feeling like, it's all going to be taken care at the last minute, but it doesn't happen that way because you're practically homeless and we run around trying to figure out an apartment for you. So make sure that you explore the options. If you plan to live on campus, explore the options beforehand and figure out which housing suits you the best and book something for yourself. So, then the next thing would be to just arrive on campus. This is pretty much what the admission process at Troy looks like. It's very simple.
Okay, so we're going to start what the application looks like. And I know a lot of you have started the application, but I'm going to start at the very beginning with creating a profile. So that way, if you've made any mistakes along the way, we can correct those mistakes. So if you have any questions, let me know, pop them in the chat, and I'll try to answer them as we go along. Okay, so from the beginning, I know it's a little confusing, and I would like our website to be a little bit clearer. I've asked. They won't fix it. So just bear with me, and we'll go from there. So when you get to this page to create an application, I know there's options that say create your graduate profile, create your undergraduate profile. The easiest way to do this is to create an account at the very top. Okay, so can you see my cursor? Yeah. Create the account. That's the best option. Okay, so click that. Okay, from there, you're going to create your profile. And our mascot is T. Roy. He's fun. He looks like a little Trojan. So that's who I created the profile for. So it's T. Roy Trojan. You can put in your information. Please know that after we receive your documents, I'm going to change your information to match your passport. You don't have to do that. You can apply under whoever you want to. But I will eventually change your information to match your passport because that's what your documents have to be. But you can apply under whoever you want. Preferably not a made-up character. I had one student apply under a made-up character, and it was hard to find his information. So please apply under you, but it doesn't have to be exactly as your passport because I'll fix that for you, okay? So you can put your preferred name. That's how I'll communicate with you, or the other recruiters will communicate with you. If you go by, like I go by Claire instead of Nancy, even though that's my given name. So I would put that in the preferred name box. And then your email address. And whatever email address you want to communicate by and whatever email address you created the profile with, that's what needs to go there. Sometimes students will not type their email address correctly. And unfortunately, whatever email address you put there, that's how the profile is going to be created. So if you've typed your profile email wrong and say that there's a dot there and there's not really a dot in your email address, that's going to be your profile forever. So if it's typed in correctly, I can't ever communicate with you because you've typed the wrong email address. So just make sure that email address is correct, because that's my only way of communicating with you, unless you received an email from me and you start communication with me later. Okay, then your birth date and your mobile phone number. And if you have a WhatsApp number and you want to put that there, I can communicate through WhatsApp. The recruiters can communicate with WhatsApp. If you put a landline, I can't communicate with a landline, unfortunately. But if you have a WhatsApp number, that's awesome, because then I can communicate through a WhatsApp number. Oh, no, I'm so sorry. Did I click the wrong one?
No, I think that's good.
Okay. I'm really bad at clicking on PowerPoint, so just bear with me. Okay, so the next, underneath there, you're going to put a citizenship status. This is not the citizenship status that you want to be. This is what you currently are. So if you're in the United States and you're a United States citizen, then you're going to be a domestic student. And that's fine. We still love you and we still appreciate you and we still want you to come to Troy. You just won't be talking to one of us. You'll be talking to a domestic recruiter. But if you are not in the United States and you're not a United States citizen, more than likely, you're going to put non-United States citizen. Okay? Don't put F1 student or whatever, because that's what you want to be. That's fine. We want you to be that too, but that doesn't go on here. Okay. Okay. The campus location, again, you can only apply as an international student. If you want to come to the U.S., you can only apply to Troy, Alabama, which is our main campus. That's the only one that has on-campus housing. Please remember that. Or Dothan, that's the one that's close to Florida. Florida's nice. It's not in Florida. Okay, or Montgomery. Montgomery is the capital of Alabama. If you're applying to Troy online, bear with me. Again, the system has flaws and we're trying to fix it. Apply in this section for Troy, Alabama, and we'll fix it later. Okay, so if you're applying for Troy online, here, put Troy, Alabama, and then we'll fix it in the next part. Okay. Leo clicks for me because I can't do it right. Okay, so then academic level. So if you are applying for undergrad, click undergrad. So that's when you're trying to get your bachelor's degree. If you want to do only ESL, put ESL. But if you want to do English as a second language and then go to an undergraduate program, still put undergraduate, because then we'll communicate with you and we'll understand and we'll mark on your application that you want to be ESL first, English as a second language first, and then undergraduate. But you'll have to apply as an undergraduate student because that's how you'll have to be admitted for your I-20. Okay, so then your admission type. So this is important, as silly as it seems. If you're coming in straight from high school, you would be considered a freshman. If you're coming in with any experience from university, and on the application in the United States, college is considered university. So it might mention college, and that does not mean high school. I know in a lot of other countries, college, or in Spanish, I'll probably screw it up, but colegio. Yeah. Okay, and that's considered high school, right? Yeah. But in the United States, that's considered university, or the same thing as university. So if you have any sort of university or college experience, according to our application, that's university. And so you would be considered a transfer student. And so you would need to click transfer. But if you have only college or colegio, screwed that one up. Oh, dang it. Okay, so you would just be freshman. But college, according to our standards, is university, so then you would be transfer. Okay, you shouldn't put transient. That's don't click that. Okay. Okay, so that's what this should look like. Make your own
Check.
I don't know how that happened.
No.
Is somebody drawing on our screen? I don't really know how that's happening, but I like it. I like the creativity, guys. This is great. Okay, so somebody's drawing on the screen. I like it. If you want to draw a pretty flower, but I don't know what that is. Okay, so so if whatever program you want to put, you can again change it. I chose sociology for TROY, and then your entry term. Spring for our standards is January. That's a spring intake. Fall is August. That's for what we consider. And then create your own password and say create profile. Leo's going to click for me. Okay. All right. So then you're going to come to this page, and if you're starting a brand new application, it will say create new application. But if you've already done that profile, you probably already have an application started here. If you have had problems with your application or you think you've done it wrong, I would just click, there will be an option to create a new application. Just start a new application. We can delete the previous one. So create new application. Honestly, there's a lot of other options on that screen, and I don't know what they are. I don't know. All I do is do applications on there. So you can explore those options. I don't know what they do, but the only thing that really matters on that screen is your application. So you don't want to do undergraduate or graduate. Those are domestic applications. And how you'll know that they're domestic applications is they'll ask you if you're a part of the United States military. You are not. And that's a sign that you've started the wrong application. They'll also ask you for your social security number. And even if you've been given a social security number, unless you are a United States citizen or a green card holder, you probably should not be filling out that application. So if you're coming in for a F1 student visa or a J1 student visa, you need to be coming to us with an international application. So click international application. Okay, so they'll ask you, do you want to create an application for what you've already set in your profile? And if you do, continue application, or you can change your area of interest. I'll just click continued application. You can always change it later. So just continue it. So this is where you can edit it. Remember I said you can always continue, you can always change it later. Here's where you can change it. So here, all this information I provided before, so you can change it. Okay, so if you think you made a mistake, you can change it. The only thing you can't change is that email address, remember? So I said, make sure you put your email address in right. So add all this information, make sure it's correct. It will ask you your gender, and I really wish we were more ahead in our application, but it's just gonna say male or female, and it is a required field. One day it will say non-gender, and I hope for that day, but right now it just says male or female. Okay. The only other thing I forgot to mention, there's going to be a box that says check if outside the U.S. You want to check that if you're living outside the U.S. If you're not living outside the U.S., don't check it, but I think most of you are, so check it. Okay. I get really excited talking about this, and Leo's told me to calm down, so I'm trying to be calm. Okay, so here, this is where I told you can change it. So if you decided, I really want to be close to the Florida beaches, I don't want to be at main campus because I think Claire's too excited. So this is where you can change your location. You can change your admit type. This is also where you can change to Troy online if you want to be an online student, because before I said just put Troy main campus if you want to be an online student. That's where you need to change it to online if you're going to be an online student. But remember, if you're coming to online, you can't study in the US, you can only study in your home country. Okay, so just check and make sure that's all right. Okay, so they're gonna ask you about your citizenship status. So again, not the citizenship that you want to be, but what you currently are. So if you're not a citizen, say no. If you're currently living in the US, that's fine. Hit yes, but you're gonna have to tell me what visa you're on. So if you're not in the US, hit no. If you're not on a current visa, if you don't have a US visa in your passport, please say not on a current visa. If you do, there's a list of what you can choose from. But then you're going to have to send me a copy, or Anandita or Leo a copy of what that visa is. And that's because when we provide you your I-20, we're going to have to know what that is. And then tell me your country of residence, country of citizenship, and country of birth. And those don't have to match. You can, whatever is relevant to you, please type that. But the important thing is, if you're on a different visa, we need to know that. So please put that correct information. Okay. I get this question a lot. Yes, we need to know your high school information. Even if you are applying for ESL, or if you're applying for a PhD, we need to know all your academic information. So if you cannot find your information, like there's a search button where you can search your school information. If you can't find it, there's a section down here that says unlisted school name and address. You just type your school name and address. And Google is a wonderful thing. You can find everything on Google. So just Google it and copy and paste it. That's what I do for a good bit of everything in my life. Okay. I'll also ask you your college information. If you've attended college ever, and so if you have, remember, college means university on the application. So if you've attended any university classes, then you need to type that there. Okay. Here is also important. If you have an agent means somebody who's helped you with the application or helped you find a university. And typically, if you have an agent, you're paying them a fee to help you do this. I know it says agent/friend. I don't want to know your friend. I think it's great that you have friends, but I don't want to know your friend. I need to know your agent name. And it's because agents collect fees from the university. And so that can affect how much scholarship you receive from us. And so you need to tell us your agent, because they're going to be wanting money from us if you have worked with an agent. And if you don't put that there, then I can't give them the money that they want. Okay, so very important. Okay, so then on this page, they ask you a lot of questions, and I know nobody ever reads this information. So you have to click yes to submit the application. But basically it's saying, I understand that once my application has been submitted, I can't alter it in any way. But just so you know, if you make a mistake, you can email me or email Leo or email Anandita and say, I made a mistake. Can you please edit my information? And it's fine, we can edit it, but we have to have your permission to do so. Okay, so it can be edited. The only time it can't be edited is if you fill out a domestic application. You have to go back in and create a whole new international application. I know it's not fun, but you have to do it. You don't have to pay the fee again, but you have to do that. And then it says, I don't know, that all the information is true. Please don't lie on your application. If you lie on your application or if you submit fraudulent documents, it's an automatic denial. And I hate that. I really hate that because some students think that it's not a big deal, but it's a really big deal. If you've been denied from our school because you submitted for fraudulent information, you can never apply to us again. Please don't do that. It also says a bunch of legal stuff, something about an attorney and fees if you don't pay your bills. I mean, if you come to school, you got to pay the money. Okay, so all that stuff you have to hit yes, and then you have to sign your name. You can sign it whatever you want and then date it and then hit submit. As soon as you hit submit, you're going to be prompted to this lovely screen. And this screen says enter a promo code. Please know we don't hardly ever give out promo codes. So this is a very exciting time for you, and we're going to tell you about this at the end, but I'm going to tell you now too. Okay, so on October 28th, yeah, I was going to say 27th, but that's not true. Okay, 28th through 30th, we're going to have an open house event. Troy never gives out promo codes, ever, like twice a year. And they're having an open house event where you can receive a promo code. And so you have to attend the open house. It's virtual, and you have to see a tour of the campus and hear this video from different professors and stuff. And then once you do, you enter your email and then they'll give you the code. I think you have to scroll down and then they'll give it to you. When that happens, copy and paste it and come and put it here. What you can do though is make sure you have your application complete up until this part and hit submit. It doesn't show submit on our end until the application fee is paid or the promo code is entered. Okay, so if you say, oh, I've already submitted my application, it's not submitted on our end until it's paid. Okay, so what you can do is make sure it's all the way finished and you've turned in all of your documents by that date, because the deadline for admissions is for spring 2021 is November 1st. And this event is 28th, 29th, and 30th of October. So what you want to do is have your whole application finished and all your documents submitted, so that way all you have to do is hit submit on here and enter the promo code, and we have to upload your documents and then send it to be reviewed. That's the best way to do it. Does that make sense? But if you don't have a promo code and you want to get it done before then, you say, I don't care about the $50, I have money, that's great. I don't have money, so I would like the promo code. You can pay with a credit card. This site is for international credit cards. It's set up to protect international credit cards. If you're paying with a U.S. domestic credit card, let us know. We can set it up so you can pay through the school. They'll set up a payment that you can pay over the phone. We can do that. But you have to fill out this information and pay, I think it's through PayPal. Cool.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, so we're about almost done. We have a couple more slides for you guys. We're going to talk about admission requirements and the cost of coming to Troy. For the admission requirements, I'm going to start from the bottom, which is the immigration part. You will have to submit a financial statement, a sponsor letter if the financial statement is not in your name, and your passport, the copy of your passport, like the picture page. And those are the documents we're going to use to create your I-20. You're going to see a financial part on your I-20, which means, which says like the funds that you have to come to Troy and how much it costs to come to Troy. And the passport, Claire said before, we have to follow what your passport say when it comes to your name. So the name on your passport is going to be the name on your I-20. And then for admissions to Troy, we will need your, the application fee, or in this case, if you have a promo code, you can use the promo code. You will have to submit your transcripts and diploma. That is, if you're a freshman, we will need your high school transcript and your high school diploma. Or, as I said before, in some countries it's colegio, your college. If you are taking university credits right now and you are transferring to Troy, we will need those too. If you have taken more than 12 credits, that's about like 4 classes probably. We will not need your high school documents. We just need your credits from university. We can admit you with that. And as I said before, the financial statement, sponsor letter, and the copy of your passport. That's all we need for undergraduate admissions. We will need probably your English proficiency scores, Duolingo, IELTS, TOEFL, Pearson English test, Cambridge English examination. But again, if you probably want to do ESL first, we won't need that, but that's up to you.
Yeah. Right, so if you are someone who's planning to take an English proficiency test, you have all these options, right? And you can take a screenshot of this page and just keep it to yourself, because this is all these scores are the cutoff scores for our English proficiency test. I do get this question a lot. Sometimes students ask me, do I need to do an IELTS and then do a TOEFL as well? No, you do not need to do 2 English proficiency tests. You just need 1. And it can be any one of these. So you can either, right now, I think Duolingo is the most popular one because you can do it from home, and you can just do it in your own PC and at your own convenient time. It costs $50. So a lot of students are exploring Duolingo at the moment. It's the safest because you don't really have to go anywhere at a test center to give the exam. But it totally depends on you. You can take an SAT, ACT, IELTS, TOEFL, PTE, Cambridge English Language Test. All of the requirements are given below. And please note that if a student gets a 5.5 in your IELTS, the rest of the scores that are pasted here are also in equal evaluation. So it doesn't really matter if you take a TOEFL or an IELTS. this is what our requirements are. Moving on. Yeah, so I'm also going to be talking to you about the fee structure. I think this is the most important part. A lot of you students are really confused about what the fee structure is all about. Like, we are going to talk about scholarships in the later slide, but as of now, if you are a student who's looking to join as an ESL, your annual cost is going to be $4,600 tuition with a fees of $2,900. And if you're a student who's coming in for an undergrad degree, then that's going to be $15,600 with a fees of $2,900. So whatever scholarships are applied, they're applied on the tuition, not on the fees. And that's the reason we decided to keep it separate. Now, moving on, your living expenses, housing and living would be roughly around $10,500. So the I-20 amount would be a total of $18,000 for ESL and $29,000 for undergrad. Now, please note that the living expenses of $10,500 covers your dormitory, it'll cover your meal plan, it'll cover your books, a lot of other basic amenities. So if you're an international student and you've got, the $10,500, housing and living expenses done, then you really don't have any other expenses apart from this. You're covered for the entire academic session. So yeah, a total of $18,000 for students who are looking at ESL, and undergrad $29,000 a year.
Okay, so when it comes to scholarships, we offer a scholarship that covers 50% of the tuition. As Anita said before, you can see the tuition is $15,600. Yes, $15,600. The tuition then would be $7,800. That's what the scholarship covers. So your cost will go down to like $21,200 a year instead of $29,000 a year. That's a lot of money. To qualify for this scholarship, you will need a 2.0 GPA out of 4.0. That would be the equivalent to the United States grading system. So, in some countries, for example, I'm from Argentina, and in Argentina, the minimum, or like a 2.0 would be a 7 out of 10, right? So we have evaluators who will do that conversion for you. Usually, maybe like 1 out of 50 cases, we will need an external evaluation from you if your grading system is too complicated for us to translate. But in most of the cases, we can do it here, so you won't have to pay anyone. We will do it ourselves. And you will also need an English proficiency test score. You will have to be English proficient. As Anita said before, you can take TOEFL, IELTS, Duolingo, ITEP. Okay, so you see them all on the screen, and Anita covered them before. And that's the scholarship that we can offer as the International Admissions Department. If you're an athlete, if you're great at something that, you're great at soccer, you're great at like track and field or baseball or whatever sport you play, and you want to talk to a coach, and maybe the coach thinks that you're good enough to be in the team. Again, to be in the team, you have to be amazing. It's very competitive, but if you are and you make it to the team, they have their own scholarships, so they may be able to offer you a scholarship. But like, don't count on it. Again, it's very competitive, very hard to get in the team. But if you're lucky enough and you're great at whatever you play, you may be able to get an athletic scholarship. But if you're not, you can count on our scholarship. It is very easy to get. Again, you need a 2.0 out of 4.0, and you need to be English proficient.
Okay, so as I mentioned before, we're having the virtual open house, and that's how you get your application fee waiver. And so we encourage you to go to troy.edu/open house and register. Like I said before, it is a great way to learn about the campus. We're going to have a campus tour, as well as a chance to hear from professors, from current students, from alumni, from faculty, staff. I even think Leo is going to be on the video, so you can hear from him and hear about our experiences as students, experience from faculty and staff, and just learn more about Troy. And then, so I know you heard a lot about it today, but it's a great opportunity to learn more about the university. And like I said, have a chance for an application fee waiver. And so once you get that promotion code, you can go and add it into the promo code section of your application and then hit submit, and that would waive your application fee. But it is only available from October 28th at 12 a.m. Central Standard Time to October 30th at 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time. So that's Alabama time. So if you wake up like on Anita's time and it's not available yet because y'all are ahead, please do not message her and say it's not available yet. Wait till Alabama time, because that has happened before. All right, so I think we're gonna answer some questions.
If you have any questions, just pop them in the chat right now.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Can you show the previous slide? Okay, so
we missed your previous slide comment. I'm so sorry.
Kashi, I'm sure how you say your name. I hope I'm saying it right. Which slide is the one that you want to see? If you're still here.
I think Kushi would probably like to see the fee structures. I think so.
Structure.
Okay, yes, okay. You can take a screenshot.
It's behind there.
Right here.
Okay. We scroll up. We missed a lot.
Okay, hold on a minute. There you go. Before the scholarship, I think that's the fee structure, yes. Yeah, you can take a screenshot of any of these slides. You know, this is information that we have in our website that we will provide you via email. So all this information is for you. You can take screenshots of anything.
Yeah. Yes, Amanda, I'm Nancy. I go by Claire though. So yes, that's me. And the SAT, we do accept the SAT. We accept the SAT reading writing section as the English proficiency score, but you would have to submit the whole test. If you have the SAT, ACT, TOEFL, that has to be submitted to our school code from the test provider themselves to our school at our school code 1738, and so we can't receive it directly from the student because it's considered an unofficial score. Our SAT requirement is a 480 on the reading and writing section.
Just to clarify, SAT is not necessary for admission. You know, I know some schools, they have SATs mandatory for you to be admitted. We don't require it. If you have taken it already, you can use it for English proficiency purposes, but we won't consider it for admission purposes. We will consider your high school transcripts. Then I think did you Google this? So we have Angela, she wants to know about the IB diploma. I feel like you Googled that information recently.
Yes, and I can't remember. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I can email you, and I feel like I had it written down, and I was looking down because I had it on our last webinar. I had it written down, and I don't know why I'm looking down now because I don't have those notes with me. But I don't remember, but we had to Google it for somebody before, and yes. I have it written down in my office, so I will message you.
Yeah, we really have people ask about IB, so we will let you know. Yeah, we will have that
Swedish students. But yes, we do accept IB diplomas, and I can't remember the score. I'm so sorry, but we will message you. But you're from Spain, right? So that Leo will message you.
I will get in contact with you. Yes, I think we already emailed each other a couple of times.
Okay, yes, you can live off campus. If you're coming in as a freshman, I think it is encouraged that you live on campus your first year, but you can live off campus. Your I-20 amount still requires that you provide the full $29,000 US dollars, which includes that $10,500 for housing and food. Because whether you're living off campus or on campus, you would still need that set amount of money for living expenses.
Someone wants to know our emails, so we do have that information. You can keep talking.
The scholarship, the only time where it's less for admission scholarships is if you're working with an agent, and then it's 40% instead of 50%. Because the question was, can it be less than 50%?
The fees does come up, right? It comes up the next year if
yes. So Anita, you're correct. After the first year, your scholarship will go up to 50%. You just have to make sure to keep a 3.0 GPA.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hello, Paneri.
Yes.
Paneri.
And so yes, our emails are on here. So if
Yes.
you are in South America, or Europe, please, except for Sweden, please email Leo. If you're in India, please email Anadita. And if you're in Asia minus India or China, or Africa, Oceania, or Sweden, please email me. If you are in India, if you're in China, I apologize. Please put in the chat and let us know, and we will message you who to contact. That is Susie.
Yeah, she didn't make it to this
And she didn't make it to the webinar.
What else? Scholarship.
Any other questions, guys? Sorry, that was a lot of information. I just talked really fast, but our emails are up on the screen.
All right, so that was 1 hour on the dot.
Yes.
So if you don't have any more questions for us, that's it.
And please know that, oh yes, the area is very safe,
Yes.
Amanda. That's a slide that we normally have in there, but we had like 50 slides, and we felt like
we
that
thought it
was
was
getting
too
a little
long,
much.
so yeah.
So we took it out, but yes, we actually have a lot of safety and safety measures in the area to ensure that our students are safe on campus. We have a police station on campus. It's actually below one of our dormitories. So we have policemen patrolling the area 24/7. We have call boxes all across campus. So if you are, say you're running out at night or early in the morning and you feel like somebody's following you, or which doesn't happen, but I'm just saying for an example, or if you feel unsafe for any reason, you can go up and hit the call button, and there's a siren that goes off and the police immediately come to you. There's also a anonymous call line where you can call in and say, oh, I saw this happening on campus. It doesn't seem very safe. I just want to let you know, you don't have to report your name. You don't have to report your student ID number. Even if you're taking late night classes, so say for example, I was taking a class that got out at 9 o'clock at night, and I didn't feel safe, I could call one of the police officers, or I could call my professor and have them walk me out to my car. If I didn't feel safe with my male professor walking me out, I could ask a group of the students to walk us out to my car. We try to ensure that our students are safe at all times, because we do not want anything bad to happen to them. Even now with COVID, there's safety measures constantly in place to ensure that the health and safety of our students are constantly being watched. Internships. Yes, depending on what department you are studying in and what program that you are pursuing, some internships are built into the program. If the internship is not built into your program, you can work with our Career Services Center to find internship placement. But again, if you are getting a paid internship, you can't really work off campus. So you would have to talk to our CBIS officer, our DSO who's, I guess, certified through the Department of State to make sure that you're not in violation of your student visa. But you can also do it's called CPT, which is a type of training that benefits your degree that's not in violation of your student visa. And then there's optional practical training, which is after your degree is up, and you can also work for that after your degree is up. Business management, I honestly don't know if one is built into the program, but we can send you a degree map for that program.
Global business, I'm guessing that's what you mean by business management. We call it global business. There's no internship built into the program. If again, you have to make sure that you are within the CBIS regulation when it comes to off-campus jobs. But if everything is legal, maybe a professor can help you find an internship maybe during the summer. Even though we don't have ties to corporations or organizations for you to do internships, professors do. So a professor, maybe you have an academic advisor or a professor who can help you out, and they can help you find an internship, again, maybe during one of the summers that you're here.
Yeah. I do know the question mentioning accounting. I do know accounting does have an internship built into the program. That is for the undergraduate degree and the master's degree, because they want to ensure that you have a job after you graduate, both undergraduate and master's program. Any other questions, guys?
Co-ops, I'm not sure what she means by that.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what you mean by co-ops. I think my definition of a co-op is a little different.
To internships. So yeah, I think if you're talking about co-ops, it's the same thing as to what Claire explained to you about internships. You definitely do have a lot of opportunities for internships. They're either built into your curriculum or you would have the opportunity to do that apart from that. So yes, you do have options for internships. It depends from program to program and which course you're actually opting for.
All right, guys, we won't bother you anymore. That's it from us. You have our email address in the screen. If you have any more questions, you can email us. Don't forget to register for the open house on October 28th so you can get your application fee waiver and you can save $50.
Yep, and you'll be receiving emails from us about that. So if you didn't get the link, you can go onto our website, but you'll also be receiving emails from us about that. We will also be having a visa webinar on November 2nd to explain the visa process. So stay tuned for emails from us about that as well. And if you have any questions about the application process, please let us know.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us.
Bye. Take care. Bye-bye.